And welcome back to the show. It may seem like 5 seconds to you, but for me it was several minutes of struggling with the washing and walking to cobwebs and falling in the mud and probably breaking a few bones. It's pretty much exactly like in Singularity, in fact, where you talk to this dude and then you go through a portal. And when you come back, he's like, "Oh my God, I've been waiting 50 years for you." And you're like, "Oh, it seemed like 2 seconds to me." It's exactly like that. So that was a convenient little segue there. Now, so yes, I'm enjoying Singularity, but there are some kind of niggly things I could say about it. For one thing, um, what, what's going on here? I can't remember what I was doing here. Oh, I need to cook some stone. Hang on. Yeah, for one thing, what do you call it? The There are some annoying enemies, I must say. Like, there are these kind of blue nightcrawler guys who kind of bamf all over the place. They're like, bamf, teleport over there, bamf, over there. So you're like trying to shoot them and they'll just bamf to another corner. And you're like, God damn you, stop bamfing. I assume you know what bamfing is. That's B-A-M-F, bamf. It's a common word around these parts. So that's quite irritating. I meant to get those ladders when I went over there. But, you know, and some of the boss fights feel kind of... I've only done a couple of bosses so far, and they weren't exactly extraordinary. I mean, it was alright. It's alright. It's nothing to trouble God of War, is all I'm saying. But, you know... and also, again, the Bioshock comparison, it has these kind of, you know, light RPG elements. You know, Bioshock really does not qualify as an RPG. It barely has RPG elements in it, which is one of my problems with it, is, you know, you get so many slots with which to power up everything that, you know, it's only quite near, it's only like halfway through the game that you actually have to start, you know, prioritizing one kind of upgrade over another. And until that point, there's nothing to stop you just having pretty much everything. Which doesn't exactly scream RPG to me, at rhymes. And Singularity seems to have something similar. Not that bad, because, you know, you collect this stuff which you can use to upgrade junk. And I do like how you're encouraged to kind of scavenge, because there's always something behind. If you just go through the most obvious route to your goal, you'll miss a lot of stuff, so it pays to go behind corners. I'm playing on the hard setting just because I heard the game wasn't very challenging, and I have to say so far it hasn't been. There have been a few bits which have felt kind of cheap, like, you know, a sudden, really out of nowhere spike in the difficulty that then goes away. But, you know, there's this one section with these kind of little crawly exploding things that was really irritating, but apart from that, it's been pretty easy, and I'm on hard. It's kind of your health goes down very quickly, but you have so many med packs a lot of the time. It's really not difficult to just patch yourself up. I don't know. This whole difficulty thing is a careful balance. It's hard to get right. A lot greater companies have failed, but I think that's enough about Singularity. Yes, I'd definitely give it a look. I think. Is it just me or does it go a bit strange sounding when I said look? Yeah, I'd give it a look. I'd give it a look, you know. I don't know, it went strangely Canadian or something. I'm not sure what's going on. But, okay, yes. Singularity gets my seal of approval so far. I think it would have to take a very drastic, sudden turn for the worse for me to not recommend it, because so far it is consistently enjoyable. And now, if I can clear a perimeter through all these horrible mobs, I've got some Shamblers, I've got some Keplers, I've got Spider-Man, I've got Jasons, everything's going wrong. Oh my, what's going on here? Okay, die Spider-Man. Speaking of Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man! I'd entirely forgotten there was a new Spider-Man movie coming out. Entirely forgotten. That was quite weird when I suddenly realised that it was just a day away from coming out or something. I'm not sure if I care enough to go see it in the cinema, really. Especially since You have to remember that Spider-Man 3 was pretty hysterically awful. The one thing, have I mentioned it? I'm sure I mentioned this at some point to somebody, but the one thing I like about Spider-Man 3 is the whole... Have you ever seen a film where the main protagonist is a lot less interesting than some of the little characters you meet along the way? Well, in Spider-Man 3, I swear they should have just made the movie about Sandman, because he was so much more interesting. And he never actually, went on a weird jazz solo in the bar. And if you've never seen the movie, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But trust me, it comes out of nowhere and has nothing to do with anything. Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. Oh, okay. Well, finally the Keplers have gone. Oh, well, they've given me some sand. Oh, how generous. I'm trying to patch this up. No, Jesus, gravel. It's gravel. Okay. The gravel is useless, you see. Apart from for filling up holes. Holes. Filling up holes. But yes, you're probably wondering, what is my grand scheme, my mysterious reason for coming all this way out here and getting... What was that? Ah, there's another Jason nonsense. Go away. Get away. I better get rid of this, because it angers me. This pile of crap in the middle of nowhere. Go. Jason. No, not Jason. No, that was a rotter. I'm getting my nicknames mixed up now. But yes, you will see. You will see. What was that? I don't know what that was. I don't know. I heard a weird noise. It's very strange. But you'll see what my plan is. Just you wait. Have patience. Patience. It's a virtue, you know. Cleanliness is next to godliness, which is why I'm so unholy now. What does one typically do with obsidian, you might be wondering? Well, let's have a gander, shall we? Now, how does one do this? Eh, uh, eh. Oh, I may not have planned this well. Damn it. Okay, this is not the dramatic reveal I was hoping for. That's, yes. Oh, no. Yeah, okay, I failed. Let's go get more obsidian! Yeah. You might have guessed what I'm going for. And it's not a giant D, in case you were wondering, no. No. But okay, we've talked enough about Singularity, but I mentioned earlier Star Trek Voyager Elite Force, which is one of those infuriating titles that has several colons in it, just like the Star Wars prequels. Just another area in which George Lucas failed at life was putting about 5 colons in each of the Star Wars. No, it wasn't just the prequels, it's all, you know what I mean? You know, it's like Star Wars Episode 1, Revenge of the Numbers. Revenge of the... Oh, God. Oh, okay, oh. Okay, this is about... Oh, fuck. Okay, there's water. There's water. Into jacuzzi. Oh, I hope I don't set my floor on fire doing this. Okay, this is... Okay, emergency. Get in the jacuzzi. Get in the goddamn jacuzzi. Oh. Okay, hang on. Is it just me or did the fire go out as I was jumping into the jacuzzi? Well, that's kind of annoying, but... Oh, okay, wow, that was incredibly close. And now I need to get more water, because it mysteriously went... Wow, that was... I was not expecting... You know, all the other times I've nearly died, I was kind of expecting to be in danger. Apart from, you know, when the Keplers blew up and stuff. Like, I mean, you know, I went into a dungeon and I nearly died. That, you know, that was to be expected. But that time I was not expecting that, and that was really scary. So now I'm just going to go up here, get some water. Yes, Star Trek Voyager Elite Force, less stupidly known as Elite Force. It's on PS2, but the PC version is far superior. The PS2, in the first couple of years of the PS2's life, there was this weird little period where it got a whole load of really bad PC ports. And one of them was Deus Ex. There was a pretty poor quality Deus Ex port for the PS2. The Half-Life port was actually a lot better, but still inferior. They added this weird co-op mode, which I don't think you can get on the PC, which is kind of cool. It's also incredibly infuriating. My friend Dickie knows what I'm talking about. We tried to play the co-op mode, and at a certain point we just gave up on it because it was so annoying. It was like this 20-minute section with no checkpoint, and it was really irritating. But the point is, Elite Force came out during this time. It was a port from the PC, and technically it's a pretty terrible port. There's a lot of frame rate troubles. It's pretty ugly and all that nonsense. But I did enjoy the game somehow. It was very strange. I remember when I got the game, I was in that strange period of my life when I didn't actually have much interest in Star Trek. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. And, can I get down here? Yeah, there we go. So, I'm not sure why I originally got Star Trek Elite Force, but I did. In particular, I'd barely ever seen Voyager. So, Voyager, by the way, being, I defend Voyager to some extent, especially since it's nowhere near as awful as Enterprise. But even so, I basically only watch Voyager because the Doctor is so damn cool. And when I say the Doctor, I don't mean like Doctor Who, I mean holographic Doctor. What was that? I don't know what that was. I keep hearing a hissing sound. It's like something is following me. It's the Predator. I'll be walking around and I'll hear tuk, 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 which is the Predator noise. I can't really do a Predator noise. It sounds like a woodpecker, but it's not a woodpecker. It's something evil. Now, what was I trying to do when I nearly got killed over here? I was trying to get obsidian and I died. Or I nearly died, not quite died. I didn't quite die. Where? Oh, here will do. So, what was it? I was doing that. Elite Force, yes. What I love about Elite Force, definitely get the PC version. And there was also a sequel, which I'll talk about a bit. But what I love about Elite Force is it's such an authentic feeling Star Trek experience. The story and how it unfolds, and there's a point where they're like, oh no, it's going wrong. I know, how about this harebrained scheme, which I can explain with a simple analogy. It's like putting too much air in a balloon. That sort of thing. It feels so. I really do wonder if they actually got one of the Star Trek writers to do the story because it feels so authentic. It feels like the plot of maybe a movie, but more likely It feels like the plot of a two-part episode special. The Voyager is kind of trapped in this thing, and there's some weird nonsense going on. And they very cleverly, the way they do the plot, they manage to give an excuse for you to. That should be enough obsidian. They managed to give an excuse for you to fight Klingons and the Borg and all these other crazy things. They very conveniently find a way for the plot to give an excuse to have all these different races in the same area, which was sneaky of them, very clever. And they introduced some new things too, which are quite interesting, but you know what I mean. But you have to have the favourites, you have to get all the Klingons crap in there. You know. Get out of there! And all that. Bastard, you killed my son. So sadly there's no Kirk, hamming up, because it's Voyager. Kirk is long gone, I'm afraid. And no surprisingly good thing. My brain is just turned off again. Now, I've noticed that I've left a corner out, but I don't really care. I've built this evil gate of evil and evil, so now I am going to go into the evil gate. I'm just getting some stone. Stone. Yes. Okay, I don't know why that I was just distracted though. But yes, I realised I had all this obsidian and plenty of diamonds, and I hadn't thought to make another gate, so haha! Now I built it far away from my house because I hate the noise it makes. It drives me crazy, and I imagine it would be very distracting if you're trying to listen to my handsome, deep broog of a voice. So there was a possibility that I'll walk through this gate and just instantly die. I'm not sure if Vex ever planned to have the Nether on this map, but if I walk through and instantly die, fuck you, Vex. It's probably your fault somehow. Now, if we're about done complaining, let's go! Wee. And we have found... Oh god, the lag. Oh. And there's a whole load of nothing is what I found. Oh, there's a flaming something. Flaming death. Oh, some glowstone. That's vaguely useful. Well, there's a whole bunch of pigmen. Some lava. It's probably very dark in here, I'm sorry. I like the nether and the netherrack. Oh, that's the point. I can get netherrack. I could make a fireplace. Okay, there we go. There we go. Because netherrack burns forever. Don't you know? So I'll get a bit of this. It's gonna tear through my pick, this stuff. Yeah, that's enough. Can't imagine my needing much more. And I don't know why I came here. I just thought it'd be fun to have a look around. What is that? A soul sand? I forgot that. Hello, Mr. Pigman. You're holding your sword very strangely. Look at him. He's holding his sword like it's kind of strapped to his arm. What is that? What? I don't know. It looks a lot more like he's got a gun than a sword. I don't know what's going on there, but do I hold my sword like that? I know I hold my sword normally. What's wrong with you? I don't know. Can I also point out my sword appears to be some sort of machete thing, which is quite cool. Quite cool indeed. I was horribly afraid that I'd come through this gate and just instantly land in lava, which would have been slightly irritating and a pretty stupid way to end this 15-hour long series, but whatever. I hope that the fact of the series, I did not. This is. I mean, it's gone on so long now, I'm not bored of it. I'm still enjoying myself. I hope you're enjoying yourself. If you're enjoying yourself, why not tell me by leaving a comment and all that nonsense? Any opportunity to get people putting stupid comments in my videos, honestly. I like it when people tell me that they enjoy my things. It gives me pleasure. Twisted, sick, evil pleasure. Now, if we're about done, I've got a whole bunch of glowstone dust. Not that I was really in any shortage of glowstone. It's so tempting to push this pig man into the lava, but I'm horribly afraid he'll try and kill. Let's see if we can do this. Come on, come on. It's like in Oblivion, where if you just nudge NPCs, you can push them off cliffs and things. Come on, get in there. Get. Oh no, no, no. I think his AI is aware of what I'm trying to do. Oh, walk in the fire. There we go. Get in the fire. There you go. Oh, that absolutely did nothing. But, so anyway, Elite Force, yes. Oh, yay! I'm not sure if that actually hurt him, but it made me feel better. Isn't this place pretty? I mean, look at it. Oh, wow. Oh, it's like a falling into Hades. There's a whole bunch of pigmen down here. I'm seeing a distinct lack of... What on earth is that? Oh, okay, now we have to investigate this. Wow, okay, I've never actually seen one of these before. Whatever that is over there. Is this one of those fortress things I heard about? Wow, this is actually... Was not expecting this, I can tell you. Turns out there may have been a reason to come here after all. Like Hell Brick or something. I'm thinking of Terraria, If you ever played Terraria, getting to Hell is quite the odyssey. Oh, damn Slowstone, whatever it's called. Or Soul Sand, isn't it? It's called. I just think it's Slowstone because it slows you the hell down. How do I get over there? There's no. Oh, there's red mushrooms. I've got some brown mushrooms, haven't I? So I could. This is quite an interesting adventure. I'm just horrifically afraid that of the lava, you see, is my main concern. But fortunately, it looks like I should be able to dig through the netherrack here and get in there. See, it's quite good. I'll need another steak. But I was talking about Elite Force. Now, Elite Force, I just love it so much. I once I wrote. I don't think it would be nearly as cool if it wasn't so clearly. It just feels so much like a Trek experience, It's like a particularly laser-happy episode of Star Trek, basically. I think they got the Janeway voice and all that. I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with Janeway. I don't have a Janeway pillow or anything crazy like that. I'd have a card pillow, personally. But, you know. Oh god, I hear ghasts. Scary noises. I don't see any ghasts. I'm telling you right now, if I die in here, I regret nothing. But, well, I will regret not having finished the chateau. I've got a whole crap ton of. Whoa! Whoa! Oh! 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 Oh!